Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon you all, and welcome again to Amran's book reading series. We're still on the book Thinkers of the East by Idris Shah, and today it will be a very short chapter actually that we're reading, but I think it's a real gem despite its very brief nature, because I think it will make us think quite a bit about and think or reflect quite a bit on how we learn. So, of course, as usual, I will let my avatar read the chapter first, and I will follow up with some reflections on the lesson to be learned from this very short chapter. In the meantime, if you want to hear more of my musings on various aspects of Islam, do click on the subscribe button, and then hopefully you'll be able to watch a few more videos that I'm going to be posting, inshallah. And again, I hope that they'll be of benefit to you. Anyway, so let's get to my avatar and let's let her read first.
The Book of Wisdom. Simab said, I shall sell the Book of Wisdom for 100 gold pieces, and some people will say that it is cheap. Yunus Marmar said to him, and I shall give away the key to understanding it, and almost none shall take it, even free of charge.
Alhamdulillah, you have heard the book being read by the avatar. And as I've said before, this is a gem of a story, despite its very brief nature. Now, this book is about people treating knowledge as if many of the other materialistic things that they try to acquire. Unfortunately, for many of us, we think that knowledge is to be acquired just like we acquire other material things, our cars, our homes, our clothes, and so on. And so we are willing to pay for it. And sometimes it is because it may give us a certain prestige. Okay? And very often when we talk about acquiring knowledge, some people think that knowledge is something that can be bought. Okay, so they would buy courses, they would buy books, they would, in inverted commas, buy teachers, and so on, just to be seen as if they have acquired the knowledge that accompanies it. But what actually happens is that what they have just acquired is the media in which the knowledge is being conveyed. And the media in which the knowledge is being conveyed is not the knowledge itself. In fact, what is happening is that we are undervaluing knowledge, but we are overvaluing the medium in which that knowledge is being conveyed. So what we're getting actually is just mere information. So we tend to take the media as the learning, okay, and the media can include things like a book, a recording, whether digital or otherwise, a video, or even a teacher. Sometimes we treat our teachers as if they are a commodity, okay? And by that, I mean that we do not actually value what the teacher has taught. We have not given much attention to what has been given by the teacher. Instead, we just want to be present in the presence of the teacher. So that is actually, when something is given to us like that, it is not knowledge, it is just mere information. Or if there is even some modicum of knowledge, it is at a very superficial level. Because when we talk about learning, actually, we're talking about the acquisition of knowledge, and knowledge is defined as the arrival of meaning to the soul, or the soul arriving to the meaning. This is what knowledge is. And when you talk about the arrival of meaning to the soul, you are talking about actually how deep is that arrival, or the meaning to that soul. Did it go deep, or did it just touch the soul? And it means it's very superficial. So for many of us, because we do not spend the time to actually reflect, to think about, to ponder about what we have just learned from the teacher or read or seen, then the meaning is at best a very superficial one. Some of us may think that memorizing it is enough. Memorizing it is only just the start. Okay, all right. If you think about it, even a parrot can memorize a lot of things. All you have to do is just repeat over and over again to a parrot. It doesn't mean that the parrot understands what it has memorized. So are we parrots? So why then do we acquire knowledge in this manner? I think it is because, like I've said before, it gives us prestige to be seen, actually to be learning, appearing to be learning, and even more so when we are seen to be learning from somebody who is considered as a great teacher, or we are attending a class which is considered to be a very good class, and so on. So we acquire it, and then we buy the books also. We think because, oh, that book is supposed to be a very well-known book, it's a good book, supposedly. All right, but what is good or useful or beneficial to us is only dependent on what we make of the things that's in it. It's how much we have benefited from it. It should not be something which is we think that it's only because it's like something like clothes that we wear, right? Just to show. And when we talk about this kind of, when we have that attitude of showing, then what happens is that we tend to leave actually the meaning of these things on the shelves, literally. Sometimes, for example, we leave the books in our library, just like many of us also we leave the Quran on the shelves and so on, right? And we don't actually benefit really from these books and even the Quran, for example. It becomes like almost like a safety blanket. We know it's there somewhere. Oh, we have it somewhere in a book. Oh, we have it somewhere in a video. Or oh, we have it somewhere in a recording. But really, the learning is another question. Did we really learn from it? Did we really benefit from it? Because we do not spend enough time actually reflecting on what is read, okay, to achieve greater understanding. And sometimes we tend to move from one book to another, and another, and another. And we do the same with our teachers. We move from one teacher to another and to another, as if that we are in the business of acquisition only, right? But most of the time, what we have done is that we have only a superficial idea of what was actually being covered, or the information there has remained very much as information. It's not knowledge, and even if it's knowledge, it's very superficial, and we keep moving on. It's as if we're thieves in the night, right? We move from house to house, right, trying to steal things which are valuable. So this is not a very good way to learn, actually. So this is where when Simab said that I shall sell the book of wisdom for 100 gold pieces, some people say that it is cheap. And that's because for them, acquisition is easy. They think acquisition of knowledge is easy. Just buy the book, right? Just buy the book. And then that's it. It's just like we have the Quran. Okay, that's it. Enough for us. But is it? And this is why Yunus Marma said to him, and I shall give away the key to understanding it, and almost none shall take it, even free of charge. So this is a very profound statement, because he's not talking about the book. Knowledge is not the book. Knowledge is what we understand of, of the book, for example, or the recording, or the teaching of the teacher. That is knowledge. And what we do with it. It is not something that we just take and keep. No. All right. And feel safe that it is there somewhere, all right, among our prized possessions. It's not like that at all. So this is why Yunus Marma said that even when it is free of charge, none will take it. None shall take it, even though it's free of charge. And that is a sad indictment of the state of affairs for many of us. Okay, we're not serious. So we have teachers teaching us seriously, trying to make us understand, but we're not, our heads are so full, we are not in a position to actually benefit from it. What we want is just to be in the class, in the presence of the teacher, to buy the book, take notes and so on. But at the end of the day, not much has changed for us. So we actually spend very little time learning, okay, because we do not reflect, we do not ponder, and therefore it doesn't sink or go deep into our souls. And if it doesn't go deep into our souls, then at the end of the day, it does not make any change to ourselves. And that is a very sad state of affairs. That, in short, is what I gather from this very short story, the Book of Wisdom. And I think it is very profound. It is something that we have to reflect upon, because it makes we have to stop and ponder about how we are learning, right? So often nowadays that when we talk about learning, it is very much like an academic thing. Okay, there's a course, there's a curriculum, and then we just go through it, right? And then maybe at the end of the day, we have an exam. And even in the exam, most of the time, when you talk about the exams, it's not so much checking for understanding, but more checking for whether how much you have memorized and how well you can regurgitate. So that is not knowledge, okay? That's not the deepest kind of knowledge that you can acquire. So from this story, try and give a little bit more effort. In fact, maybe perhaps we should give a lot more effort whenever we choose to want to learn something. So with that, I hope you have found this sharing useful, and I hope you will be coming back for more of my musings on this book, Thinkers of the East, because I personally have benefited from it, and I hope to share the benefit with you. So inshallah, we will meet again. And before you go, again, if you like what has been shared here, do subscribe to the channel, and also do indicate that whether you like or don't like. I don't mind. Okay, share what your thoughts, all right, in the comments below. Okay, I'll read them. I don't guarantee that I will reply, but I will read them, inshallah. So yeah, so that's about it. So with that, okay, assalamu alaikum.